EU plot to scupper UK fleet and steal fish during Brexit transition period. When the UK leaves the EU, it will not have the ability to vote or veto on EU proposals. According to a leaked 4-page dossier, the Brussels bloc will use this to consult the UK on fishing opportunities in that period, which experts believe will leave Britain defenceless to stop the EU culling fishing fleets. Alan Hastings from the campaign group Fishing for Leave said, "Having no veto means the transition will present an existential threat to what is left of the British fishing industry and coastal communities. The EU will have little charity as the UK will be locked into legal purgatory where the EU could cull the UK fleet and claim surplus fish the UK no longer has the capacity to catch. The government and MPs must refuse the transition terms or they will consign another British industry to museum and memory." That Theresa May has known this all along means she, and her Remain-minded officials, are fully complicit in the embryonic stages of a second betrayal and sellout of Britain's fishing industry. According to the document, there are legal plans for the period immediately after Brexit in March 2019, during which the UK will still have to adhere to EU law. Bureaucrats are insisting the UK stays in the common fisheries policy, which allows other member states to fish in British waters and has been blamed for the destruction of fishing communities. The recent document comes after it was revealed the EU is proposing to catch fish before they reach UK waters at a younger age in response to pulling out of the common fisheries policy. Mackerel and herring move between EU coastal areas and the North Sea during breeding and migration, and European countries may intercept the fish before they reach British waters, it is claimed. Mr. Hastings accused the EU of being childish and sticking two fingers up at the UK. He said, "The EU has spent years lecturing everyone on environmental sustainability and now they're advocating unsustainable fishing. Now they're proposing this just to stick two fingers up at the British. It's really coming down to the EU looking childish here. We lost our resources and 60% of the British fleet got the chop to make room for them. Now the EU is going to have to cut its cloth." Post-Brexit EU countries may be banned from British waters, meaning many species of fish could be caught at a younger age in response, according to sources. An EU diplomat said, "Those who have said they want to take back control of British waters forget that you can have the water. But we're not talking about the water, we're talking about fish. The fish don't have passports. Some of these fish could be fished earlier when they're smaller, so they won't ever get to British waters. That might not be good for everyone. We're not blind to the fact that what we say may not square with the expectations for what the UK government can negotiate. But this is a common challenge. There's a reason why we manage our stocks together." Ministers promised to reclaim the UK's exclusive economic zone, EEZ, after Brexit, which stretches up to 200 miles from Britain's coast.